Hello everybody, welcome back. You find me today deep in the Surrey hills, sort of south of Ockley, and I suppose close to a hamlet known as Okewood Hill, or possibly Ockwood Hill, but I think it's Okewood. I'm sure people will let me know. I'm just on a footpath here to see if we can get to St John's Church, which is about as in the middle of nowhere as you can get in southeast England, in the woods. So let's see where we go. Well, the way ahead looks dry, but that's someone's garden. We have to go this way, which is very much not dry. I'm filming this in May, and by this sort of time of year you'd expect it to be a lot drier, but it has been particularly wet. There's someone watching me over here. Fortunately, I'm on the other side of a fence. One of the great things about walking through a wood this time of year is the birdsong. Just take a listen to that. Look in the treehouse up here. You might just be able to make out it says private, keep out. I'm not really sure you can get up there. Unless you can shin that big tree, which I can't. Just walking past some alpacas or llamas, or certainly South American goat things. I'm not quite sure which ones they are. They all seem fairly friendly. I'm going to go with alpacas, I think. I think llamas are bigger, aren't they? I'm sure you can tell me. Okay, for my next trick I've got to get down here. This is all, again, really rather muddy. So this will be entertaining. We're now in a pretty steep little gully here. This is probably what's known over the border anyway as a gill in Sussex, but it's something that's very representative, I suppose, of the Weald and this part of the Surrey hills, where you have clay and sandstone. I'm just stepping rather gingerly here as I go down. Unfortunately, the peace and tranquility is shattered somewhat by the planes that do fly over from Gatwick. We're definitely on the flight path here. They don't seem to be all that frequent, but I've heard 4 or 5 since I've been here. I'll show you the steep little gully the stream makes here. You can get a couple of little bridges to cross over in just a second. But it is early May, 2 days after the King's coronation, and it is still really boggy underfoot. It's been one of the probably wettest springs around, I think. Getting close to the first glimpse of the church, which, as I say, I mean, it does have a road going up to it, a little road, and a car park for about 5 or 6, 7, 8 cars, something like that. Little church that was built in the 14th century, I think. We'll see that in a moment, but I just want to show you what's ahead of me, which is just an amazing valley of wild garlic. And the smell is, as you'd expect, quite garlicky. Look at this, isn't it beautiful? Right. Over to voiceover Matt now to give you some history of the church. The church was built in the 13th century of local sandstone with a Horsham stone roof. It was originally built as a chapel of ease to Wootton Church, which is about 5 miles to the north. It only became a parish church in its own right in 1853, and the patronage of the benefice is with the Evelyn family, who still own the Wootton estate. Whilst today, the church is down a narrow dead-end track, the bridleways and footpaths that converge on it were once the main highways before tarmac roads bypassed it. Today, the church is part of a wider ecclesiastical parish that includes the churches at Ewhurst and Forest Green to the west. There are still regular services on a Sunday here. Right, well, let's see if the church is open. I have been here twice before and it wasn't open then, so let's have a look. Sadly not. Never mind. There's an advantage to taking over a year to edit your videos. It's now May 2024. But look, the church is actually open. I've come back just on the off chance and it is open. Let's go inside. I think you'll agree, it's probably worth the wait. A really pretty little place. And this looks like the remains of a wall painting here. Still retains an organ. Though, and also for those with an evangelical bent, it does have a drum kit. Well, I'm pleased to have made it in here. I'm really unsure as to what day the church is open. Oh, if you hear some knocking, it's actually a chap fixing the roof. I understand on their website there's an appeal for because it was damaged because of a helicopter, of all things. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. There's a chap on the roof trying to fix it at the moment. But yeah, so it might be one of those ones where it might be worth emailing the church if you want to come here. But today's a Wednesday, if that helps. But it is nicely open. Right, back to past Matt, and back to the video. It's a very peaceful place. I do like these sort of woodland churchyards like this, where you have the wildflowers in the churchyard. You've got blossom on the trees. I think it seems, whatever your beliefs, that this is a very peaceful place for your body to rest. Apart from those plains, of course. I'm now just going to go through the bluebells that are nearby, so come and join me. I think people who know me well, or have seen some of my videos, will know that probably my very favourite flower of them all is the bluebell. And here there's another lovely display in the woods, along with some wild garlic. And just beyond there in the distance you can see the church. As I'm walking back towards my car, I don't think I've told you. If I have, then this bit won't get into the cut, but into the edit? What's the technical term? I don't know. This part of Surrey is where Vaughan Williams used to live. He used to live not very far down the road, Leith Hill Place in Coldharbour, which is only about 3 miles away from here, I suppose. And a lot of his music took inspiration from here. Probably most famously the collection of folk songs that he used that then became hymns. So there's a village just down the road, literally the next village along, called Forest Green, and Forest Green is where he collected the folk tune that then became O Little Town of Bethlehem, which I'm sure you're all aware of, unless you're American and you know the other version. But that's that one. And there's also Kingsfold, which is just down the road, about 4 miles away, and that's another very famous hymn tune as well, and that was collected from a folk tune from here. I think in the case of Kingsfold it was from an old shepherd, but I'm sure someone could tell me otherwise. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a little walk around the woods here and at St John's at Okewood. If you have, please do follow, like and subscribe. I will get round to editing this at some point, maybe in 2024, knowing the rate that I go at. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed it. Do leave some comments, do like, subscribe as I say. Alright, I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.